I have heard from, I believe, multiple people with the underage drinking ticket prior to, like a month or so prior to this incident. And I do take that into account. But then on the other hand, I do have to take into account all of the positive things you've been doing to change your life and to focus on substance abuse issues and or the traumas you've experienced to move on and move forward. I want Katrina's death to bring positive change, not only in you, but in the community, in our culture. Too many young people have been lost, and we need change. You have been provided the opportunity to be a mother, and you have been blessed. Katrina never will. Share this story with your son as he grows. Share the positives and share the negatives when he is at an age to be able to understand. Teach him to be strong. Teach him to know right from wrong. Teach him to know that you cannot self-medicate. You must seek assistance from professionals. You have learned that the hard way. I have heard from both attorneys the progress that you've made and hearing that the court should not sentence and do something that would derail you from your continued progress. And I agree, and I understand that concept. But I also understand that a life was lost. And there is a punishment factor. I cannot have a sentence that would cause more devastation. And I wish I could take away the pain of the family in a sentence without thinking or believing that it could be detrimental and causing more issues with not only you, Miss Mitchell, but your son, your family. So when I'm looking at this case, what the court finds to be not justice, there's no justice. To be a sentence that not only is a hammer over your head, but it provides punishment for the choices you made that day. The choices that cannot be changed. What the court is going to do is, with regards to count 2, homicide by a negligent operation of a motor vehicle, a Class G felony. What I'm going to do is I'm doing an imposed and stayed sentence of 5 years of initial confinement and 5 years of extended supervision. That is the max prison sentence. But I'm staying that, and that is a hammer over your head to continue your path and your life choices in a positive way. I'm placing you on 5 years of probation. I am sentencing you to 1 year of conditional jail. 6 months is to be served in jail without the ability to have a monitor. 6 months is a drop in the bucket to the loss of Katrina. But it's 6 months that you will need to continue to repent and continue to know and figure out a plan to stay in your path, to change your life, to change your son's life, and to continue to take control of your future. After 6 months of incarceration, you may apply for an electronic monitor at your cost. And I believe that is now at $30 a day to be prepaid in monthly increments of at least 30 days in advance. Conditions of your probation. It will not happen this year on the anniversary of Katrina's death, but it must happen before the end, or before, it must happen then on every anniversary date and within 30 days of your release from custody, either on monitor or completely out of custody if you do not get approved to have monitor after 6 months. You must go to either the Webster, the Siren, or the Grantsburg School, or Lakota Ray, or any other Native American school on the anniversary of Katrina's death and speak of this tragic incident and what you have learned and how to prevent others from making these terrible choices that led to Katrina's death. No use or possession of any illegal drugs, substances, or paraphernalia. Absolute sobriety. No alcohol. No bars, taverns, liquor stores, casinos, unless it's for employment purposes only, or any establishments that have the primary purpose of the sale or the service of alcohol. You may not go into any of those. Again, casino for employment purposes. Regular testing, blood, breath, urine, or hair follicle, or any other testing as requested by your agent. No driving without a valid driver's license. If you do not have your driver's license, you must get your driver's license within 2 years from the date of today's sentence. The court is ordering that you provide your DNA to the jail. I do not believe this is one that your DNA can be expunged, but if you wish to request it, you may request it with the Department of Justice through a written letter to the Department of Justice, not this court. It's easy to do. This is a felony, no use or possession of a firearm for life, no voting in any election until your civil rights are restored. You have until August 15th to get your affairs in order and then to turn yourself in to the Burnett County Jail. 20 days to appeal. If you fail to appeal within 20 days, you do lose that right. Is there restitution, Ms. Bauer? No, Your Honor. The court is going to order $518 in fines and fees, or excuse me, in fees With regards to the matter, I'm ordering $1,000 in a fine. Actually, $1,000 to be donated within 2 years from today's date and time to a charity of the family's choice, unless the family chooses not to participate, then to a program that shows or that teaches adolescents about distracted driving. Failing to pay your fines and fees and failure to have that charitable donation made means the court will, not only will the court enter a civil judgment against you as it relates to the fines and fees, but the court would issue a warrant and you could sit up to 6 months in jail. Your probation can be extended if you fail to meet your terms of probation, if you fail to make that donation, and or if you fail to pay off your fines and fees. I know in the family's mind, and even in Ms. Mitchell's family, that justice has not been served. Again, this is not an emotional process for the court. I must look at it rationally. Mr. Schmidt, am I missing something?
How long did the court give her to get her license?
2 years. She's not going to be able to?
DOT will revoke her license. It's unclear how long. That's what I'm concerned about.
All right, no driving without a valid driver's license. And she must get her license by the end of probation. Mr. Gondik, am I missing something?
I don't believe so, Your Honor.
All right. Again, 20 days to appeal. Should you fail to appeal within 20 days, you do lose that right. The court, again, believes that the sentence protects the public and instills both punishment as well as an incentive to continue to improve your life and to improve the life of others and to help deter others from similar actions. We are adjourned.
Time to break this one down. Judge Mogen's final sentencing order in State of Wisconsin v. Eliza Mitchell struck a delicate and deliberate balance between punishment, accountability, and hope for rehabilitation. After a hearing packed with grief, remorse, and heartfelt testimony, the judge issued a sentence that was firm but not vindictive. In her own words, there could be no true justice for Katrina's family. "There's no justice to be a sentence," she said, "just an effort to craft something that honors the loss and encourages lasting change. So here's what she did." Mitchell received a sentence of 5 years of initial confinement and 5 years of extended supervision, the maximum for a Class G felony, but it was imposed and stayed. That means the prison time hangs overhead like a sword of Damocles. Instead, Eliza was placed on 5 years of probation with 1 year of conditional jail time. Of that, 6 months must be served without electronic monitoring. After that, if she qualifies and prepays, she can serve the remaining 6 months on a monitor. The judge didn't shy away from reminding her, 6 months is a drop in the bucket compared to the loss of a life, but it's still time to reflect and chart a new path. But here's where Judge Mogen got creative. She tied the sentence to education and outreach. On every anniversary of Katrina's death, Eliza must speak at a school, especially those that serve Native American students, about what happened and what she learned. Not this year, the judge noted, but every year thereafter. That condition turned the sentence from merely punitive to purpose-driven. It's about ensuring Katrina's death teaches others, not just punishes one. Other conditions were equally sharp. Absolute sobriety, no bars or alcohol, serving venues unless for work, regular testing, no driving without a valid license, and she must get one within the probation term, and no firearms or voting until civil rights are restored. On top of that, the court ordered $1,000 to be donated to a charity of the family's choosing, or, if they decline, to a youth-distracted driving education program. There was no restitution, but the fines and fees came in at $518, and the judge made it clear if she doesn't pay, the consequences could be serious civil judgment and jail time are on the table. Eliza was given until the 15th of August to turn herself in. And while the courtroom had no illusions about justice being served, the sentence was constructed to deliver both a consequence and a lifeline. It wasn't cold or detached, it was emotional, yes, but filtered through the lens of law. Katrina's name will be remembered not just in sorrow, but hopefully through stories told by Eliza to the next generation. It's a sentence meant to echo far beyond the jail walls. If you found this hearing insightful, consider subscribing, hitting the bell, and letting me know your thoughts in the comments below. I read every one.